If consensus reality discounts individual experiences, then there is no consensus reality. A puzzle is made up from its parts. If someone sees this pool as a discombobulated, half-rendered orb because they had a stroke in their visual cortex, that is really happening. That person's perception being led askew is part of consensus reality. It is by their being included in it. You cannot empirically apprehend the fact that they are perceiving it that way. Maybe they could describe it to you. If they couldn't, and it was locked in their head and you had no way of accessing that information, it would not mean that it was not happening. Same are the testimonies of people you don't believe. Now, do I think it's common to have these kinds of encounters or mystical experiences? No, not even everyone who takes psychedelics will have a mystical experience, even if they take a large dose. Not everyone who's having a mystical experience will encounter an entity. It may just be in their own head. You could encounter an entity not on psychedelics. Maybe you just couldn't see it as clearly. I don't know how or why that works. But not every person gets to see a nuclear weapon detonated in front of them. You can see a video of it, but if someone says they had telepathy, or encountered an unknown aerial phenomenon that talked to them, or had a near-death experience, not even necessarily with, like, an afterlife content to it. Maybe they weren't going to loving light. Maybe they were, like, outside of their body. Maybe they accessed information they shouldn't have been able to know. Perhaps someone is trying to initiate contact with spiritual entity via CE5, or meditation, or hemisync techniques, and the guy who did that worked for the CIA and wrote books about it. He had no preconceived notions. There may be a way to get glimpses of these things that is beyond us. It may just not interact with our senses here, in this world, in a consistent, predictable, often manner. Just like it's not every day you see a nuclear explosion. It's not every day you get contacted by like an angel or like a spirit creature, or you see through the eyes of a seagull. Some guy had that. Or you read the time on your microwave and it's 4 a.m. and then you wake up and go look and it's 4 a.m. Some of this is statistical. Some of this is inexplicability. It is inexplicable to a layman who sees a nuclear explosion, how and what it is and why it's happening. And it's extremely statistically rare. That does not discount that it happened and that they had a real, direct, phenomenological experience with it. That does not make them an expert on it. That doesn't mean they now have special knowledge of nukes and they can go tell you how to think about nukes. But if you have no direct access or an interface of experience with them, not even a video, doesn't mean they're not out there. You just have not been exposed to the small slice of reality that would have been needed to avail of you that knowledge. Now, the only way to truly know is to increase the knowledge of the knower, expand and maximize your awareness, increase its fidelity, but that's not going to happen easily.